What's going on, everybody? Jay Leone back, finally back today with a well overdue review for you guys. We're going to be looking at something that's been known as a game changer, um, something that's also quoted as life changing. I don't know about that. I will tell you what I think about it though in this review. I'm going to try to save all my thoughts for the end. A lot of people have reviewed this already, but I'm going to give it my take. First of all, I'd like to welcome all my subscribers and everyone who has, or everybody that's into my channel here. Thank you all for watching. And yes, I'm a little cleaned up today, still in the parents' house, as you can tell, another different room. Just trying to find a good room to shoot these videos. Apologies in advance for the lateness on all these videos. This was supposed to come out on Friday. That didn't happen. So today is February 24th. It's Monday morning, very early Monday morning. The sun is up, it's bright. It's still a very cold day in Chicago, 20 degrees, but all that out of the way, we are looking at the Aspire Nautilus. So, we are looking at the Nautilus tank from Aspire. I did a review on the Aspire BDCs when they first came out. I looked at 3 different tanks. You can go back and check that review. I will put the link for the video over here if you want to check that out. And it was not a glowing review whatsoever. A lot of people said it was good, then I got it and it was junk, and then everybody else seemed to say it was junk also. So I wasn't the only one on that take. Inconsistency with the heads, inconsistency with the performance of them made them garbage, basically. The coils were just garbage. So this is the Nautilus. This is from Aspire. I was a little weary about checking it out, but people are saying it's really good. I'll tell you if I think it's really good later on, but we're going to look at it. I'm going to tell you where I got it from, what I paid for it, and all that good jazz. Let me take a quick vape here. By the way, oh god, almost dropped this beastly SVD. I'm using it on my SVD 18650. It's rather large. You could use it as a baton, honestly, and nail somebody over the head with it. Might shatter the glass, but rather large, as you can tell. Tank is pretty big itself. We'll look at that in a minute. I'm using it at 8 watts, and it seems to work just fine. So I've had it for about, let's see, 1 second. What did I have for now? About 4 days, 3 days, 4 days. So I haven't had a whole lot of time to play with it, but I've been using it all day, every day since I've had it, so I can kind of get some final thoughts. So, where did I get it? I got it from these guys. I order for them quite a bit. VaporBeast.com. Very good company, very fast shipping, reliable. They're out by me, I believe. So I like to order locally. It gets it to me quicker. I had no issues with them anyways, but VaporBeast.com is where you can get it. I got it for $35 shipped. Everything on the website is free shipping, so there's no added shipping costs. Yeah, it does make the price go up a little bit. I've seen these a little bit cheaper, not by much, though. They have a pretty good price. But I like the fact that I don't have to worry about adding shipping in. Whatever the cost is that's the cost. It was $36.99 for the kit, or for the tank, well, the tank kit, whatever you want to call it. And if you look on Google and just search VaporBeast coupons, you'll find some coupon codes. I found one for a 5 or 10% off, and it came out to $33.50 shipped. $33.50 shipped is an outstanding deal. I've seen them as low as $29.99, but they seem to go out of stock so quick when they're on that price, and I was just like, I want it. I'm going to pay $33.50. Should be worth it. Let's hope it's worth it. And I made the order. So $36.99. You know what? I'm going to Google some coupons for you guys and put the coupon code down there. They actually think they sent me one with it. I think it's in here. I'll show you when I unbox this. So VaporBeast.com, $33.50 is what I paid. Free shipping. This is the, you call it the tank, the kit, the box, the packaging it comes in. It's pretty nicely packaged. You pull off this smoky cover here, which I had issues with when I first got it. It just slides up. It's on it real tight. And you'll see the picture of the tank. And then on the back, we have an authentic seal here that says I can't fucking read it. Whatever. They have a QR, not QR code, like a let's see if we can see that. It says, yeah, scratch and check. You can scratch this little box here to verify if it's authentic. Kangaroo's been doing that. I guess Aspire is doing that too now. Tells you what comes in here. Yeah, one complete Nautilus tank, one replacement randomizer, one eagle threaded cone, and one user manual. And it's just got a little bit of information up here about the Nautilus tank. And then if you open it, the top just comes right off, and here's that coupon I think I was talking about. Yeah, there you go. If you guys want to order from Vapor Beast, Keep It Beast. That's the code. Keep It Beast, 5% off. So if you're looking for anything from them, there you go. Free bonus. So once you open it up, I'm not going to go up close. I'm just going to do it just like this because I don't feel like adjusting this camera again. You get a user manual. That's Nautilus. And then inside of here, it's just got some things, how to fill. Got the air hole sizes, which is very helpful. We'll go into these air hole sizes on here. How to clean, how to fill, how to assemble, pretty much everything you need, contents of the kit, parts, pieces, everything. Very helpful manual. I didn't really read through it, so I can't tell if it's well written or not, but and then what you're going to get besides that, let me take my tank off, I should have did this before, is you're going to get that. You're going to get an extra head, you're going to get the eagle cone threaded sleeve, whatever you want to call it, beauty ring, and you're going to get the Nautilus. Yours will not come with juice. Mine is filled, because I've been using it, obviously. And it's a little bit of a bitch to get out of the box, but once you do, hold please. Okay, I'll put it back on my SVD. Actually, we won't, because we're going to look at the tank. So like I said, you're going to get an extra head and a beauty sleeve, ring, whatever you want to call it, an extra head right here, which is a 1.8 ohm head. I've checked it already, so I know. And then the head that comes pre-installed already is 1.6 ohms. I like those numbers. I like the resistance that are under 2. I always prefer that. And then you're going to get the tank. Now, give me a second because we're going to break this down. I'm going to empty the juice out of it, and we'll look a little closer at the Nautilus. Alright, so I've emptied the tank out. It's going to be a juicy mess still, but it's just so we can get a little better look at the tank itself. We're going to break it down a little bit. I don't know if you can focus on here, but it does say Aspire on there and does have milliliter markings. It holds 5 milliliters of juice. I guess I should mention this, what it is actually, just so people don't know. It's an adjustable airflow tank with the bottom dual closed system in it. That's what this is. Not a lot of tanks have adjustable airflow now, maybe a little bit more than usual. Yeah, it does have milliliter markings on there from 1 to 5. And it says Aspire Nautilus on the glass. It's a glass tank. You hear that? It's definitely glass. Comes with a drip tip. Standard 510 drip tip, stainless steel. Take this apart here. Take the bottom off first, and it's got knurling all around it, so it's easy to turn off. I'm going to see if this happens because it's been happening to me a lot. I'll show you one of the problems I have with it when I'm filling it. No, usually the head portion right here gets stuck in the actual stem there. I'll show you how that threads on. This is the head. Just comes right out. Sorry, I'm a little discombobulated. I'm putting everything on the floor because I have nowhere to put everything. And that's the head. It's very similar. I don't have the other BDC ones on me. The first run for the Aspire BDCs, the first tanks that came out, these are a little different. They actually are longer. They have this threaded top here, which actually threads into your tank. But if you look down the barrel, which you're not going to see on camera, yeah, there's 2 coils, and there's that same type of filler material in there. And again, you're probably not going to be able to see this on this particular. Oh, well, man. There's little tiny holes along there. You could see a little better there. There's 4 holes along it, and once you suck on it. When you take a vape, you're creating pressure and juice is going through those holes. which prevents you from having to dry it. So basically, when you want to replace a head or install a head, you just take your head and screw it right into the base. Very simple. Very, very simple. Okay, and then you'll see you have like a rubber grommet silicone. God. Yeah, silicone there. And then we'll get into the airflow at the end. This is something I haven't heard any reviewers talk about, and it's the, there you go. See that 510 connection? It is sticking out quite a bit, but it is sticking out quite a bit for a reason. It actually is floating. Once you put it onto a connection, the actual pin will get pushed in. Ow. You'll pretty much, I'll show you when I get in a mod, but it's springy. See that? So that's nice. It's got like a floating 510 connection. You don't see that on anything, and I didn't hear any reviewers talk about that, so I don't know if that's a new thing Aspire added to it. It's a new revision. Somebody let me know if you know, because I'm curious to know actually. And then the rest of the tank. You have this area. So you have the glass. We'll take the glass off. You just unscrew this top portion here, but be careful because it is threaded glass and you don't want to crack it. And this comes out, and you'll see, let's set this down, there's juice everywhere. See the tank. Like I said, it's glass. It's not a very thick glass. It's pretty thin. It feels very fragile. And then you have the center part here, which is like the bell. And actually what happens is the head, which is right here, has threads on it, and it screws right into there. So obviously you would have the glass on, but I'm just showing you how it threads together. Boom, and it's threaded together. So that's how the tank actually stays together. Unscrew that. And then there's also a piece of silicone or rubber right up into here. So when it touches the glass, it doesn't put too much pressure on it. So that's nice. We'll put it back together real quick for you. This just, like I said, threads right onto the glass. Again, not too tight because it is glass. And then, you know what? Let's fill it because I'm going to use it. And then we'll talk about the airflow a little bit better. Let's see. I'm using some Juice Mafia, 18 milligram Peach Paradise. Pretty good juice. I got it trading some juice on the classifieds. I don't know. And like I said, it holds 5 mils of juice, and it'll take a while to fill this thing if you have the wrong needle on your bottle or the wrong tip on your bottle. And you know what? It's almost gonna be like a whole bottle. It's gonna go in here. There we go. We'll call that pretty full. See where that's at right there. Yep, I'm running low. And then you take your base, just like you fill most bottom coil tanks. Fill it upside down. Now this is gonna thread in here, and that rubber or the silicone right there makes the seal, so you don't get any leakage. You're just gonna go until it stops, basically, not too tight. And there, we'll call that good. I got juice all over myself. A drip tip. And my mod, which is here. And see, I feel when I'm tightening it, I feel resistance because it's that 510 pin that's pushing in. But, you know, oh, I just messed my earphone. But there you go, you can see it's flush on the SVD. It's flush on everything. I'll show you a couple different looks on different things, but let's have a vape to make sure it's working. My airflow is not set right. There we go. 8 watts. Works fine. Alright, so the airflow. Let's see if we can get this to do well or show up on camera. Let's see if it's going to be easier on my mod or off my mod. Where's the airflow? You're going to see, there we go, an airflow hole right there. This is the second to smallest. This is the one that I am using currently. I lean between this one and the the second okay, the second smallest and the second largest. The two middle ones are the ones I'm always using. We'll turn it here. Just turn this ring and you'll hear a click. Boom, click. That's the next biggest one. So that's the other one I've been using. And we turn that ring again. Boom, click. The next one. I love that clickiness. Boom, click. I believe that one is, yeah, that's the largest air hole you got on there. Oh yeah, that's wide open. And I'll get you to the tiniest one. Look at that tiny one. That one is just tiny. Very intense. We'll vape each one. This is the tiniest one. Vapor's still good on it. Adjusting airflow and vapor, yes, more air is more vapor, but it's also less flavor. So you got to find a perfect consistency for yourself, because the more airflow you have, the less flavor you have. The less airflow you have, the more flavor you have. Maybe you might have less vapor. And also, when you're wide open, you're not creating as much of a vacuum, which means not as much juice is getting in the head, which will equate to dry hits. So you got to find a perfect balance between all that. So for me, that second smallest or that third biggest, the second smallest or the second from the biggest. So the two middle holes are best for me. And if I do feel it getting dry, I just tighten up the air hole, take a few draws that way, and then open it right back up. So it's not just about airflow, it's about vapor, dry hits, it's a mixture of everything, which is what's great about this adjustability. So that was the smallest one. We'll show it again. There we go. And then we'll turn it. So I'm doing everything backwards, so it's kind of hard for me. Here's the next size up, right there. And this is the one I prefer. I like my loose air draws or airflow holes for my rebuildables, not for my, everyday tanks that I use when I go out. I like a nice tight draw, like when I was smoking a cigarette, tight draw, filled with flavor, filled with vapor. And then the next one here, we'll go to that one. And there we go. This is the second biggest air hole. You hear it, right? Performs well also. Now we'll go to the next one. And the next one will be the biggest. Am I going the right way? No. Is this the biggest one? Yes, this is the largest one on there. Boom. We'll take a draw of that. That was a lung kit, because it's so open for me that I feel like it's right in the middle of mouth hits and lung hits. It's 18 milligrams juice, so it's choking me up. Plus it's early in the day, but it is a wide open airflow. See if you can hear this. But you have the adjustability, which is what makes this tank just great. Give me a second here. I'm going to do my final thoughts. I'm going to tell you guys a few last things that I forgot. I'm going to collect my thoughts, actually. Give me a second. So, is this tank worth it? I guess I should tell you. It is definitely worth it. Is it life-changing like Aspire says on their box? Is life-changing there? Yeah. It's not life-changing. I mean, life-changing, that's something else. But game-changing, yes, because this now puts all tanks at a par. Kanger, their aero tank, I see how their airflow system is. I don't like it. I like the fact that there's individual holes and you have a dial that clicks and it doesn't just spin like the Kanger tank, the aero tank. I just lost what I was going to say. So, like, game-changing, yes, because like I said, everything's at a par now. All tanks need to have airflow on them. A lot of mods nowadays, they have some type of airflow cutouts or adjustability. It just needs, that's just the way it is. There's different ratios of juice. There's so many things that affect, dry hits and all that. Now, dry hits on this guy, none. Have had absolutely none. I'm sure they will happen to some people depending on the juice you're using, but if you find the right dial for yourself, you'll be fine. Gurgling, none whatsoever. Leaking, None whatsoever. I can't get a flaw to this really. The one thing, let's see if you could see this. No, you can't see it. For some reason, to me, the tank looks crooked. It looks like it's slightly to one side. I don't know. I think actually it's a centerpiece. It's kind of just a slight angle. It's very minute, but it's there. And I noticed it right away because I'm just like that. So, I mean, that's the negative on it. The other negative is people say the look. To me, I like the look. I think it's more than 22 millimeters, so it's got the hang. See how it kind of hangs over that SVD there, and it gives it kind of that top-heavy look. But, I mean, if it was a 22 perfect, I guess that would be awesome, but it's not. It's maybe 22.5. I'm not, I don't have a measure or anything to measure it, but it's definitely a little bit bigger than 22. The capacity, 5 mils, that's fantastic. I mean, you fill this up and you're good for a day and a half, depending on how heavily you use it. It might be 2-3 days. Me, I filled it up once, and that was after 2 days of use. So, the glass, I mean, can be an issue because you drop this, it's going to crack. Like the Pro tanks and everything, which I don't have around me, you drop it, it's got those, like, stainless steel pieces that it can land on. Here, it's pretty much going to land right on glass, so you can crack it. The look might be a negative to some people. I personally like this look. This little, it looks like a bell, like you're at a hotel and ringing for the bellhop or whatever. So there's that. But otherwise, it's a great tank for, if you can get it for around 30 to 35 bucks, why not? Let's put it on a couple mods here and just show you how it looks on certain mods. It's threaded on everything I've used. Looks a little weird on the Evic, but it is what it is because the Evic's got that stupid slanted top cap, which I can't stand. Put it here on my Nemesis. Let's go on a mechanical. Show you what that looks like. What's nice is I don't have to take the top cap off and adjust the 510 connection on this Nemesis, which I always do on every mod, because the Aspire has a floating pin. So there it is on the Nemesis. It actually looks pretty nice on there. Almost fits perfectly. You know what? It might be a 22 mil. I'm wrong. Take that back. It is a 22 millimeter device because that SVD isn't 22 millimeters. I don't know what I was thinking. That's not a 22 millimeter thing. This is 22 millimeters. Now you can see how flush it just sits. I know the Nemesis is 22 millimeters, so it's flush. Let's take a vape on this. Let's see if it fires. Oh boy. Careful, it was long. Sometimes the ring can get knocked off, when you're screwing it on and off. Sometimes I accidentally grab it by the ring. So, I mean, I guess that could be a negative too. That's at 10 watts. I got a kick 2 in here. It's at 10 watts. It's kind of, that's actually pretty good. That's a real good vape. I actually like that. I might use it like that. So that's it on the Nemesis, which everything's unscrewing but the tank. Okay, take it off that, and we'll give you a look. No, I'm not going to do that. This is next, though. This guy here. That is the Omega. That's the next review. Let's put it back on my SVD. So it is a 22 millimeter mod device, so that's not a negative. It's great. I'm going to stop talking because now I'm just gushing, I guess. It's a great tank. It's nice to have something I can go to. I'm going on a honeymoon this coming week. Well, it's my last week here, so next week. And I'm taking this. Hopefully I don't drop it in the sand and get it all scratched up and whatnot. But it's convenient. I'm having no issues with it. If I do have issues, I will report. I'm going to do a video on the best tanks that are out there. The best, fill and go tanks, because I did some reviews on like the iClear 30B. I said good things about it, and it's a good tank, but there's things that have happened that have made it not so good. The Pro tanks, durability, and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to go over that. But that's it. I'm going to wrap it up here. Like I said, vaporbeast.com, Spire Nautilus, adjustable airflow, bottom dual coil tank. It's about 35 bucks. I'll put the coupon code below so you can try that. And as always, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions, please drop me a comment below. I'm sure to get back to you as soon as I can. Until next time, live well and vape on, guys.